Hey everyone, Craig here, and I'm making this video to give you guys my personal impressions of Dark Souls. This is not a formal review, I don't have a script written out or anything, this is just off the cuff, and I can't review it because I haven't beaten the game yet. It's been out for over a week, and I'm 45 hours in, and by all accounts I still have another 10 to 15 to go, at minimum. This game is massive. But even though I haven't beaten it yet, I can safely say that Dark Souls is one of my favorite games of this generation. I would even put it in top 10 of all time. It is just so good and so immensely satisfying on a constant basis. There's really nothing quite like it. The only thing that anyone can really compare it to is its predecessor, Demon's Souls, which was a PlayStation 3 exclusive that I think came out 2 years ago. And when that game came out, it came out of nowhere. Nobody knew what the hell it was. But it got such unreal praise from critics that me and a bunch of other people just had to check it out of curiosity. And I loved that game, but at the time I couldn't beat it because it was so goddamn hard. But a year after that, I came back to it, and there was a nice, massive, detailed wiki, so if I was having trouble, I could just consult that, and I'd be fine. I could get through pretty much anything. So while I love Demon's Souls, and it is one of my favorite PlayStation 3 games, admittedly I had a lot of help beating it. With Dark Souls, that's not the case. The game has only been out for a little while here, and the wikis are incomplete, and some of them have bad information. So I'm basically discovering everything on my own, and that makes the experience so much more fulfilling. When you find an item and you figure out what it does, or when you beat a boss for the first time, or when you explore a new area and take out all the enemies there, it is so incredibly satisfying. And that satisfaction stems from the fact that Dark Souls is not an easy game. It's punishing. It doesn't hold your hand and it doesn't screw around. If you mess up, you're going to pay for it. You're going to die. There is a reason the tagline for this game and all the advertising is "Prepare to Die," because you will. A lot. But it's always your fault. When you die, you've made a mistake and you learn from it. You learn not to do that, or you learn that there's an enemy around the corner that you didn't know about. Rarely can you blame your death on the game. Occasionally, the camera will get screwed up and stuck in a wall, and that will result in a death, or the lock-on system won't work properly. But I can honestly say that out of the 45 hours I've been with it, that only happened a handful of times. It's typically always your fault. Another impressive aspect of Dark Souls is just the variety of ways that you can play it. There are so many different weapons to find, so many different swords and spears and clubs. You can be a brute and go in with heavy armor. You could be agile. You could be a magic user. It's all up to you. You're never stuck to being one way at any point. If halfway through you decide you don't want to be a knight anymore and you want to try using magic exclusively, go ahead. Go for it. You can totally do that. You just have to be willing to put in the work. And again, death really means something in Dark Souls. Most games, you die, you go back to a checkpoint, no biggie, whatever, you move on, you try again. But in Dark Souls, there's consequence with death. Souls are everything in this game. They're on the bottom right of the screen. They are what you use to buy things from merchants. They're what you use to level up and upgrade your equipment. Souls are everything. And when you die, you lose all the souls that you have on you. So dying has severe consequences because you have to go through a gauntlet of crap again to get your souls back. If you want any hope of getting what you've lost back, you have to fight your way back to where you started because all the enemies respawn upon death. It's really challenging. But that challenge is fair and it's extremely amazing when you conquer something that's been giving you trouble. It really surpasses most other games that way. I know it's not for everybody, but if you have even the slightest interest in it, if what I've said has intrigued you, or you're reading up and it sounds intriguing, go and check it out. I highly recommend it. It's a game that's really hard to pull yourself away from. Once you get into it and once it grabs you, you'll never want to stop playing it. It's really that good. I can't recommend it enough.